Hello and welcome to Fat Pod. Here's Danny and I'm Stephen, and today we are joined by a special guest, P. And today we are talking about the E3 trailer for the new Spider-Man game. So guys, we have just watched the E3 trailer for the new Spider-Man game, and I am absolutely gutted because I don't have a PS4.
Have you got a PS4?
I do indeed.
Sweet, so do I.
I need to buy one.
You're not having one. I'm going to buy them all so you can't have one.
You want what money?
For this episode, we brought on a Spider-Man expert, but not a Spider-Man expert, also a game expert in my opinion. So we got our special guest P today. P has been playing video games since Tetris.
One of my
Since he was in the womb.
one of my earliest memories is actually playing a video game
Oh really?
at my cousin Frank's house. Yeah, and I remember I was so young that I was sitting on my brother's lap. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like that age. I was like maybe 2. Yeah, I've been playing games my whole life. I love it. It's my jam. I love Spider-Man games. I don't think there's been a single one, apart from friend or foe, that I haven't played. I'm really excited for this new one. It looks f***ing rad.
It does indeed. Now, after everything we've seen for this game so far, now E3 just dropping the villain trailer, if you will. Thoughts?
Unfortunately, it's a double-edged sword, right? Because I'm biased. I would buy this game day one, whether it looked like ass or not. So, I'm kind of a biased source of information. I think it looks really good. I think the story is original, so that's good. It's not based on anything like, obviously, the last few games we've had have all been movie tie-ins. For movies that sucked.
Stay with me, stay with me. Stay with me, stay with me. You stay with me. No, please.
It's an original story. The graphics on it look really good. There's a high attention to detail on it. The animation looks superb. Everything, every movement looks like it flows naturally from one to the next.
Like from a punch and then to a swing, it's all...
Yeah, because this is the thing, is that the story will probably be good, but it doesn't matter because what I look for in a Spider-Man game is a game that I can play for a long time, where the story doesn't matter, where I can just swing around and do what I need to do, just swing around, enjoy myself, do some side missions, fight some bank robbers or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Stephen? Sorry, I had a hiccup there.
Sorry?
I like the look of the game. Like, it's got that Arkham look to it, the Batman Arkham games, and I love them kind of games and that. And this is just kind of just making me want to get it. As I said before, I just want a PS4 just to play this game. I mean, looking at the villains, to me, it feels like that there's some kind of retro behind it, but with a modern twist to it.
Yeah.
But all of their suits look retro.
Well, yeah,
and it's just
they've
all
not
modernised.
they've not we've had to not do him green. Do you know what I mean? They're like, Vulture is wearing bright green, metallic.
It's like even Electro's got his like mask thing, but it's just a scar on his face.
Yeah.
But that is just brilliant how they've done that.
I think we were swerved as well, to use a wrestling terminology. Because we were sold on Mr. Negative as possibly the big bad of this game.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden they're dropping the Sinister Six, I guess, even though we've only seen 5. And to me it's like, well, hang on, I kind of would have liked that as a reveal while playing.
Yeah, well, I'm torn because Mr. Negative is an interesting choice. Mm-hmm. But all the new villains revealed, I feel like they're playing it very safe.
Yeah.
It's all very
classic
villains, and apart from maybe Vulture, we've seen them all in a game several times, multiple times.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do a quick count in my head. Yeah. I think Vulture literally has appeared once, twice if you count that Shattered Dimensions.
3 times the lead.
Yeah.
What was the first one?
He
was in the
was in
Spider-Man
one of the
movie game.
Yeah.
He was played by the guy from the A-Team, wasn't
Oh, was he?
he? Yeah, I don't know which one. It wasn't Mr. T.
Face. I pity the spider. But yeah, I think definitely going off what you just said as well. The way forward for games like this, superhero games, is to follow the Arkham formula.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, millions and millions of like copies sold worldwide and all that, so it is the safe bet. But
And the combat side of things as well, it's just so Spider-Man.
Here's what worries me. I've played not as many as you, but I've played quite a few Spider-Man games. The combat system looks good in this game. It looks more like, I guess, Arkham, where the thugs or whatever take a hit like they should. Whereas you play an old Spider-Man game, like let's take Spider-Man 2 for the Sam Raimi films on the PS2. You could punch a guy and he'd just be dead floating. Like, and then you could punch him in his shin and then he'd just still be floating. Do you know what I mean? They don't react well.
Yeah.
And Spidey in them games as well, not only that, he did like kick, double kick. That was it. And it was very boring, like after a while. And I like the fact that this time around, you know, he actually can flip in to do a kick and then he can web yank him, and you know what I mean? They're sort of, I feel like they're taking the best of everything and throwing it at this
Do
game.
you think they're going to Arkham with it though?
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, they've got the prison, them breaking out, all of the villains that you can think of naming Spider-Man villains
Just
are
like,
there.
It's like the greatest tits package, isn't it? Like,
But Arkham, I would say, is very Spider-Man like in that, like the what's the name of the when you press the yellow button counter is just Spider Sense.
Yeah,
It
Spider
even
Sense,
just looks like Spider
yeah,
Sense.
it's the blue flash. Isn't it?
Yeah.
But
You know what I mean? So
I agree with that. I agree with what you're saying as well. That it's too Arkham. My thing is as well, if you actually break these games down, I remember as a Batman fan how excited I was for Arkham games to come out.
Mm-hmm.
But when you actually break it down, they are crap. They're boring. Because you run in this room, oh, I guess I'll have to fight these guys. You run in that room, oh, I guess this is a stealth mission.
And you can't go
And
back
it is
the way
just
unless you've done it.
repeated
Yeah.
throughout the whole game. Do you know what I mean?
how I think they're crap is because I like them, but if I'm ever like, I'll fancy playing Arkham again, and I'll stick it on in 5 minutes, and I'm like, no, I've done it before.
Yeah.
I can't be asked. I would rather die than play Arkham Asylum and find all the Riddler trophies and, you know what I mean, play it through like 100% again. I'd no
Just
thanks.
no interest in it.
Yeah, I've
But-
done it and it was good, but I don't want to go back and do it.
I mean, like you said as well, about just swinging around once you're done. I used to love doing that. It's like with any game. GTA, if ever you play GTA, there's times you just throw it on and like, I'm just going to drive around and kill people and just run away from the police. Just have a giggle, do you know what I mean? You don't do no missions, you just sit there, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to go and blow him up, and do you know what I mean? Like,
Do you reckon they'll have a nod of the old Tobey Maguire game when they do the pizza run and it's like
I hope so.
I hope not.
I just want to see as much stuff. I want them to cram it to the brim with
what
just
take
as
everything
much
from
stuff.
all
But what
Spider-Man
if,
games?
what if they've
crammed
got
on
a
them?
part 2 in their head?
Then they can do even more.
But can they, if they've already crammed this? I
That's
think that's
not my job. That's
I
for
mean,
them to figure
is it
out.
going to be
Cram more and do more.
Is it going to be Marvel? Is it going to be Marvel Spider-Man 3, and he's going to be in a tank driving around the city of New York, and having to use that tank to now web swing across buildings because we've forgotten what we're doing?
Hopefully.
You wouldn't play that. You'd be like,
Yeah.
"This is the worst."
And then the villain turns out to be Jason Todd, yeah.
Aunt May.
Uncle Ben.
yeah.
Plot twist.
I love that you both said it at the same time.
Yeah, it's you'd rather just have all your eggs in one basket than spread it out for a trilogy.
Yeah, like, okay, so, I mean, we're talking about the Arkham games a lot, so
It's because they're like
would
the
you
best
rather have
comparison.
one game that's great, or one game that's good, a sequel that's a little bit better, and then a third one that sucks, and then be like, actually, no, I'm kind of bored with that now. Would you rather have one really good game that had everything in it, Spider-Man, that you could ever want, or that they fucking run it into the ground?
Yeah, but again, you've got to think about how they're going to promote this more. Because obviously with the Batman games, it was all in Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
Then in the second one, it's like, let's put him in the city, and that's what made the people go, let's buy it, because they're
A bigger world.
doing something different. So maybe with the Spider-Man games, they may be doing that, but then they might do
They're
something.
going to make a bigger New York next time.
Yeah. Who knows?
New York often just adds layers.
But they'll add in New Jersey.
Yeah. You can actually go across the bridge this time.
Get the train.
But
just adding something new to it that's just going to make audiences go, I want to get the second one, or I hope they make the second one.
That's no different than any game like FIFA or WWE, something that comes out yearly.
Yeah.
They just have the same crap. They'll just paint a few layers on it this year, send it, make lots of money, and then they never actually take... Grand Theft Auto takes time off to be like, right, what can we do to now make this game better than the last one? It doesn't matter if we're taking 4, 5, 6 years off.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas these games that come out as frequent as WWE and FIFA and stuff like that, they're all crap because... and you even find it sometimes they take away things from you, and you're like, why did they take away that feature? That was one of my favourite bits of the last game. Do you know what I mean? So,
like they've done with Assassin's Creed for me personally.
Yeah, again, they're coming out too frequent as opposed to let's go back a bit, take some time,
find out what people liked and didn't like.
But this is it. We've not had a Spider-Man game that's not based on a film since what, 2012, 13?
Yeah, I guess around that edge of time.
But even they were level based. There was no New York to swing around.
Edge of Time was all set in one building.
Yeah,
it was like a couple of versions of the same building. Yeah.
See, again, that bores me with Spider-Man now because I've been spoilt with Spider-Man 2 for the PS2, where you're like, oh my god, I'm swinging around New York. This is awesome. Yeah, and all them side missions and all them, oh, I can upgrade and now I can do this cool backflip when I'm swinging now. So it's one of them things where it's like, wow, I was spoiled for choice. So any Spider-Man game after that was crap. Instantly was like, why would I play this? The only other game that I remember spending more time on was Ultimate Spider-Man because I dug the look of it. It was comic book and it was made to look like a comic book. You know, he even had a big thick black outline around him. He looked awesome. And I think this Spider-Man now, because they're creating their own world, they're not based on anyone.
Yeah.
Again, they are going to do the whole... they're going to... Obviously, this is not going to be called the Arkhamverse, but if it was, it'd be like the Spideyverse or what. I know that's already a thing now, but you know, it would have its own name eventually when they've got a couple of these games out. And you know, so much so that they're even, you know, they're going to do a spin-off comic book, you know, just to sell some more discs and stuff. You know,
like
and
a pre-order bonus.
You get
6-page comic.
issue 1, of like. Marvel's Spider-Man or whatever, but
they did the same with Arkham, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. I remember getting one on day one.
Oh, have you seen the trailer with the costumes? How we could just change it on a phone?
He can't though.
Oh, was that just
He can't change it on the phone. I'm sorry to disappoint you. That was just for the trailer.
Oh,
yeah, you have to do it. You have to do it in the menu. You have to go like back to the start. The old boy who is part of making the game, I guess. Yeah. He said no, you have to go to the start menu and change costume. But apparently they are going to have a buttload of costumes.
But in Amazing Spider-Man 2, you had to go all the way back to Peter Parker's house and do it in the wardrobe. So as long as it's better than that, because that was just a ball ache.
Yeah, I didn't like that he danced when he wore stuff as well. That was a bit weird. Yeah. But yeah, I again, that trailer teased a bit too much because it did look like really fun. Like you could just stop, go on your phone and be like, costumes, right? Which am I going to wear? Boom, that one. And that did look really cool, like a cool feature. Let's talk about the costume for a minute, and not other skins that will be coming out because we'll tell you why we won't talk about that in a moment. But
just the default what you get.
Yeah, how are we feeling? What's going on with this costume, man? What's going on?
Have you seen the footage of... So it's supposed to be from right at the start of the game. I don't know if it's like not prequel, but like set before the main story. But there's actually footage of him in like the traditional like Amazing Spider-Man costume, like blue and red and little black spider. And,
all the webs coming down and
your regular Spider-Man
classic
costume.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. That looks cool.
I've not seen it.
Have you not?
No.
It looks how you'd imagine it to look.
So obviously
Like Spider-Man's
that's
costume.
what we're going to start with. Then.
Yeah.
So why is he upgrade? I know. Again, I'm going to use the reference. Batman always levels up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His armor, yeah.
And I know I talk about that a lot, but it annoys me. So why is Spider-Man leveling up?
Yeah. Because the way that it's set is like that he's older and it's experienced with everything.
It follows a trend, I think, from comics and stuff where he will add. I mean, even going back to like the 90s with the spider armor and like the rubber Electro-proof suit, he makes new suits.
He could have used with that bugger in this game, couldn't he? But yeah, what's with this white spider? It's doing my head in.
I like it. I think it looks good. I think it's a bold choice. I've never seen it before.
No.
I think it works.
It's kind of like, and I hope this isn't true, but it's kind of like the symbiote spider when he's in the black costume, but with his sort of classic red and blue look. But the biggest thing for me is not the white spider, but it's the lack of boots or boot design.
Yeah.
He just looks like he's wearing a onesie in blue with red and blue trainers on, and that bugs me a little bit.
He
like,
looks like most of the Spider-Man cosplayers you see out at cons. Trainers. Spider-Man
usually
costume.
like red and blue football
Morph
boots.
suit
And
that is bought from Argos for 30 quid, yeah.
It's got the muscles already painted on it, yeah. But I do like, the knuckle dusters and the padded knuckles, I guess, and stuff. The moving eyes again. Looks like they've clearly took that idea from the recent films. So I love that. I'm a fan of that. I think Spider-Man should react.
It's a smart workaround to expressing it from artwork. It's a smart workaround to transition that to real. Unlike Deadpool, they're like, we'll just do it.
Yeah, they don't need a
We
reason.
don't care.
So in this trailer, we see him chasing down Electro, and I remember you saying while we were watching the trailer that he always seems to be chasing Electro in games.
But what I do like about that though is how they've turned it into a parkour thing. It's not like he can go up to something and it's stuck there just running against the wall.
I remember that so many times when you're just like running and you can't get over this thing.
Yeah, but now it seems like if you approach something, it either does it automatically for you, or you just simply press like LB.
I hope that's not the case. I hope you have to sort of hop, 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 hop. Do you know what I mean? That'd be sweet. And wherever you're angling the character, that's where he'll hop to.
But then you got the frustration where he hops the wrong way and you're not.
Well, yes. This is why I hope you can angle it. Do you know what I mean? So you won't hop the wrong way. But
it'll be like Assassin's Creed where you just hold the button and then just do it.
Oh yeah.
If you're not holding the button, he'll just run at the wall like you say. But if
yeah,
you're holding
that'd
it,
be great. Yeah.
I tell you what,
that was parkour.
That was parkour. Parkour.
Parkour! Michael! Parkour! Parkour! Extreme! Parkour! Parkour!
I tell you what I do like about it though is I know you're not a fan, but QuickTime Events. But I hope that they're more playable than they look. You know, when all the boxes are collapsing and he sort of web zips through them and stuff. I hope that is more like, okay, you need to press something here.
I don't think it will be.
No, you think it's all
I
just gonna
think
be
it
footage?
will be. Because if you remember the first release that we got, that he's kind of chasing a helicopter,
Oh yeah.
and he was falling through the crane bit, and you just had to
That's
press
so
the
cool.
button.
That looks
Yeah.
really cool.
So there's that.
I hope a lot of the city is interactive like that. I hope that's not just for that one
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
I
Definitely.
hope if I see a crane later on in the game, I can sort of glide through it like that. Again, that's from the Amazing Spider-Man movie. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it does look like they're taking bits from loads of different versions of Spider-Man.
What do you think about character development wise? Because I think
I'm
the
gonna let
voice
him answer
actor
this.
is great.
Okay. I think the voice actor, and this is the weakest complaint you'll ever hear.
Right.
I think the voice actor sounds too much like a voice actor playing a character. It sounds.
But what
to
do you think
me-
about him personality wise playing as Spider-Man? Because I think he's got the Christopher Daniel Barnes banter.
I think he sounds a bit like the writing and stuff. I think is already
Yeah.
good. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
his voice is a little young sounding.
in comparison to how old it's supposed to be. I agree with you.
High, and he might just have a high pitched voice. I do.
But I still think they should give some of that love for people who have done cartoon voices for the Spider-Man. You know, let Mary Jane be played by a former Mary Jane. You know, let Daniel Barnes have a shot at Spider-Man on the game. I know he's done a couple others, but they've never gave him Amazing again. They always get him to be Noir or 2099 or Spider Knight or something like that. And it's like, no, give him Peter. Like he did his, in my opinion, his best stuff. I mean, some of them cartoons back in the day were, oh man, they were great just because of him alone. But you know, all of these guys are voice actors as well that work on these cartoons. Why not get them? Yeah. They're the most experienced.
Yeah.
Do
you know what I mean?
They know the characters inside and out pretty much.
But yet you go to other games, you're like, oh, we're going to get Katie Sackhoff to do the voice of Black Cat. We're going to get Val Kilmer to be the bad guy. It's like, why? When you've got this massive world of voice actors. And it's like, give them the jobs, because they're what we've been watching for so long. But as P is our special guest, we're going to just take a few minutes to sort of plug why P's here in the first place. Now, P has actually recorded a number of episodes with us, but this is the first time you're seeing him because where we've had some technical issues. Whether it be...
Dear God, let this be the one.
This is the one, I'm telling you. Until Mikey says we didn't record anything. P is actually going to be making the sister show for this. This is the video podcast, and P's going to be your all oral podcast.
It's a little bit like this, but you don't have to look at my face. So
and P's going to go a little bit more adult with it, so there will be effing and jeffing.
Yeah, you've probably noticed more bleep sounds in this video than normal. Sorry about that.
But
I'm not sorry about that.
P is going to discuss a lot more stuff than we do. We're going to be very visual with figures and stuff like that.
And stuff like that.
And P's going to hit you up with, top 10 favourite games, or let's go to the manga world and see what we're going to talk about. And he's going to take you here, there and everywhere. You're going to go on this journey with P that is going to be called Fat Pod XL.
Yes, so his podcast will be longer as well. So there's more to talk about and more for you guys to listen to.
Yeah, so that is all P's. Me and Stephen will be on it from time to time as guests.
Yep.
So could you just give them a quick taster of a couple of, maybe 2 or 3 episodes that are coming up?
Okay, so I've got an episode where I discuss, and I think that's why I was invited here today. I've got an episode where I talk about what I think a Spider-Man game needs to be good. I've played enough of them. I'm not necessarily talking about this upcoming game, but if everything that I talk about is in that game, I'll be a very happy bunny. I've got a couple of episodes talking about Dragon Ball Z movies, if that's something you're interested in. Join me. If it's not, then you can watch and talk about Batman some more. That's your choice. A lot of exciting stuff coming up. I've got a couple of ideas I might rope you in for, Danny. I've got a friend who's lending me his PlayStation VR headset.
Oh,
so we could play Arkham. Yeah, you see, I knew he'd be excited about
that. Yeah. Again, I already know that you've recorded an episode with Stephen. You've recorded one with me, so you got them to look forward to already coming up.
And you don't even have to wear clothes.
I know, you could just sit and listen to us in the buff.
Yeah, and not just pantsless like we are behind the desk.
We've been there. We know he records in the nude.
Oh, definitely. I won't record otherwise. I'm naked now. This is a t-shirt that he had to edit onto me.
But true. Yeah, if you check this out, you get. I know Stephen's episode is him gushing about Ant-Man. Which, if you're an Ant-Man fan out there and you want to hear what this fat dude's got to say about it and what this sarcastic dude's got to retort back to him, then that's your bag.
And if you're not an Ant-Man fan, maybe he's got something to say that will convince you otherwise. Ooh. And if that doesn't work, then get the out of here.
I thought you pointed at me like, go to Batman.
Although I do want to do an Assassin's Creed one with you.
Oh,
that sounds good.
So yeah, you got that to look forward to. So Don't forget, we're going to add a link to it when it's all uploaded and all ready to launch. When
It's
have you,
coming.
have you got a launch date? Is it
ASAP.
ASAP?
I'm ready to pull the trigger.
Oh,
So to find out when that's coming out, go to our social media and we'll post it up there on the actual launch date of that. So tell us what you think of the new Spider-Man game. Do you like it? Do you like the look of it? Or don't you? So please like, comment and subscribe and we'll catch you in the next one. See you later.